Hi, Martin. Thanks for joining us today. So tell me a little bit about you, your company, and what you all are doing.
Yeah, so I'm Martin Zych, CEO, co-founder of Giraffe. We're a automated FP&A platform focused on helping small mid-market businesses automate their financial modeling, their reporting, and their dashboarding.
Lovely. All right. So tell me a little bit about what excites you most about the intersection of AI and the FP&A space.
I think it's a really exciting time right now going on in the FP&A space, especially with AI. We're seeing so much around automated kind of analysis of different kind of data that's going on. And within FP&A, this is ripe for being able to automate all of the outputs that are going on that we do. And when we're talking about advisory, especially in the accounting space, how do we digest all these moving numbers and pieces that are going on? So I think there's a lot of really cool stuff that's going to be coming out here.
Yeah, we're talking a lot about the challenges of staffing in the accounting space, right? And so the other thing that I've seen a lot of posts on LinkedIn about, is AI going to potentially help with the staffing piece of it? So maybe talk a little bit about, how AI could potentially solve some of the staffing issues. I know it can't be all of it because there's still a human touch with AI, right? But, what potential things AI could do to help solve some of the staffing pieces in the accounting industry?
Yeah, with staffing being tightened, people are being, pressured to be able to try to get more work done in the same amount of time. I think AI will never replace accountants. Accountants have to be able to do, their solid judgment on the numbers. But what it will do is, I think, help automate a lot of the inputs that are coming in. So the initial data analysis, think of all the data wrangling that you do there, and then being able to tee up your options on that side. So accountants who learn to leverage these kind of tools will really, I think they'll feel like they have superpowers.
Which is awesome, right? And then think of it from if you think about the FP&A advisors of the future, where do you think they're gonna add the most value?
Yeah, I think, once you have all of that data automated, you've got it flowing through and you're not just kind of corralling stuff into spreadsheets everywhere, and you've got the AI analyzing on that. The advisors, their key part will be around figuring out, what is the data that is actually going on in the real world in the business? What is the stuff that the computer doesn't know that's going to occur? And when we're doing advisory, a lot of that's around also what are our clients' goals and what are they trying to accomplish? No AI will ever know this, but we can find that through a process of discovery with our clients. And that's what the accounting advisor will be able to do, leveraging AI for themselves.
Yeah, which is great. I think you think about really how advisors' roles are today, and they're still consumed with pulling the information, right? Getting the information and getting it to a point where they can use that information to talk to their clients. So as we move further down the AI model, right, we'll see less and less of that piece happening and more of the advisory piece, which I think is, something that's really, really important in this industry. When you think about FP&A as an app, right? Mm-hmm. So a firm goes out and they're looking at their tech stack, right? And they're saying, okay, so we need FP&A tech, right? So you guys have FP&A tech, right? So it's okay, these are all the things we want it to be able to do. We want it to be able to work with our GL type of system, right? So what are they actually looking for in relationship to that whole working with their GLs and how those pieces work?
Yeah, so in terms of AI, I look at it as there's two parts that it can help the accountant and the finance professional. One is automating the inputs, and we've been doing a lot of that, through machine learning and now AI. And now there's automating the outputs, and this is the key part. So when you think about that side, AI is not just a widget that you can sell, and FP&A is not a widget. It's actually a process that you do with your clients, and the end output is around the outcomes on the advisory deliverables. So when they're leveraging AI in there, for our platform, we're focused on what are all those common patterns they have to do in the preparation of those outputs, and how can we do that, orders of magnitude faster for folks. And this is really key for accounting firms, especially because got, a lot of firms have hundreds, thousands of clients. So you have to do this, many, many times, and you have to also do it fairly consistently on that output. And this is where technology can really help scale that.
Yeah, I love that. So let's take that one step further. So I think one of the things when we talk about upskilling in the accounting industry, one of the things that's really hard is to take people to that advisory level, right? So teaching them how to be advisors. So I feel like one of the things technology, like the technology that you all have, is being able to provide those individuals that are earlier on in their career path that aren't really comfortable or don't even really know where to go and find things to talk to their clients about. So if you're a seasoned professional, you see it, right? You can look at financial statements, you can, talk to clients about different things, you can build a cash flow, you can do all of those types of things. But when you're younger in your career, that's not necessarily something that you're super comfortable with, right? And I feel like the technology world that you're in is you're providing those insights to those individuals that wouldn't necessarily be able to pick that out themselves, right? So, you're talking about outcomes, and I look at that as like an outcome piece of it, right? Like being able to provide that to those associates that aren't quite at that point in their career where they're comfortable with it so that they can take that one step further.
There's a lot there. And then I think the other really interesting parts where AI is really powerful is also finding like anomalies in the data. And like you look at this big wall of numbers and how do you spot, what are the key things that you should really be looking for, and what are the underlying details behind those numbers on the P&L or on the balance sheet? It's like, it goes into all the different transactional kind of details there. And this is where I think AI is ripe for being able to kind of tee that up. And as you sift through just massive volumes of data.
Thank you for coming in. We really, really appreciate you taking some time and talking to us today. And we look forward to where the FP&A world is going, because that certainly is going to help grow and help accounting practices strive. So we're pretty excited about where that's all going.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.